Fellas, here's how you can overcome shyness and awkwardness when it comes to talking to girls, okay? It's gonna be effortless. It's gonna be seamless, all right? First things first, this is what's preventing you from getting the success that you want with girls, okay? Anybody can swipe there on Tinder until their fingers start bleeding, but the problem with this is that it's made things too convenient, right? Maybe you flirt with a girl, you're sending her DMs, right? You're sending her messages on Bumble and Tinder, and then you meet up with a girl on a date and you don't know how to interact. You feel shy, you feel awkward, right? It's because you don't have enough experience actually speaking to girls in person. The problem is a lot of guys, they don't have the social skills, right? Because they do everything on this, right? They shoot off and watch Backyard 6 every single night. And they don't have the experience out in person gathering those social skills, right? Now, guys, I've made some notes just so I don't completely go off the rails here, because I could talk about this for 3 hours straight, right? But here's the thing, is you have to get comfortable talking to girls, right? You gotta go out there and put yourself out there. How are girls gonna know you exist unless you actually go out there and essentially advertise yourself, right? You are the product. Put yourself in front of the product. Get comfortable. Get used to being uncomfortable, right? So you're out, go out and talk to strangers, right? Guys and girls alike. Go up and compliment guys. Go up and say hi to girls, right? But you want to just get used to interacting with strangers, right? And you'll start to begin to notice that strangers, guys and girls alike, are both very receptive to getting approached because it never happens, right? Everybody wants to be seen. Everybody wants to be heard. Nobody wants to feel invisible, but by you going out of your way to acknowledge somebody's existence, it's going to make them feel good, right? So here's what I began to notice really, 10x my results with girls, okay? This is like the ultimate cheat code here. So when I was in high school, I had actually like literally no experience with girls, and I'm not even exaggerating. I'm not even exaggerating. I don't even think I hugged a girl in high school. I didn't date any girls. I was so nervous talking to girls in person. I'd sit there on MSN, which I'm aging myself a bit here, but back in the day, it was like the coolest thing to get like a girl's MSN, right? Oh my God, I got her MSN. And then I'd see her walking down the halls and I'd freeze up. I wouldn't know what to say to her in person, right? I was just not confident in myself. And I'd see my younger brother and his friends getting all these girls. And it's like, man, those guys were jacked, so I wanted to get jacked. I wanted to get the results that they had, right? So I let that fuel me. I'd hit the gym and I was like unstoppable there. I let that anger, that frustration of not being able to let any girls absolutely fuel me because I knew that I needed to get jacked. That anger, every time I felt like giving up, every time I felt like not doing the extra reps, I just think about, well, you know what? I'm not going to be able to get the attention of girls. Girls are just going to keep looking at me like I'm invisible, right? It fucking pissed me off. So that was the fuel that I needed. And looking back at it, now I train for different reasons, right? Now I train to look and to feel my best. But back then, sure, that was enough anger to get me through, right? You got to use what you got, okay? And that anger fueled me to get in shape. And girls that wouldn't even think about giving me the time of day, when I got jacked, all of a sudden they're going up and complimenting me. Wow, your face looks so much thinner. You look really good. What have you been doing? Right? Girls that don't even give you the time of day, it's crazy to see the differences when you're jacked, when you're in shape versus when you're, not in shape, right? It literally is like a cheat code. Now I walk by, and I'm not just saying this to brag, guys. I walk by and I see girls' heads go like this, right? Because by being in shape, by being jacked, you stick out from so many other guys, right? So that's what fueled me to hit the gym, to get in shape. And it also instilled this amount of confidence that I just can't even describe. Look good, feel good, as they say. It's so true, guys. Don't just rely on getting jacked, okay? Don't just think that, you know what, you're just gonna go hit the gym for 2 months straight, right? Don't even speak to girls in the meantime. No, you should be talking to girls in the meantime while you're in the gym getting jacked. You want to be focused there like a horse with your blinders on, right? Nothing else exists. You're at the gym, a bomb goes off, you wouldn't even know it, right? But you still should be socializing with guys and girls alike as you go about your day. You can go out of your way to go to the mall on Saturdays and just go up and approach girls, right? Put the reps in, right? You guys have to get used to doing this. Putting the reps in, right? Go up, approach girls. However, if you guys want to get better with talking to girls and you don't want to just spam approach them, right? Get a job where you'd be working with girls, right? I used to work as a brand ambassador. So that's essentially just going out and advertising products, right? I'd be selling perfumes, but I'd also be working with girls too, right? So you get to understand how girls work. You understand how they move, how they think, how they interact in certain situations. You'd see them interacting with other guys, right? You'd see like guys trying to hit on them, and obviously you'd see like tactics that, well, for the most part weren't successful, right? Because the average guy doesn't know social skills. He doesn't have social skills. He doesn't have game, right? Not you guys after you watch this. So my other friend worked at Victoria's Secret for a while, right? And what he would do is he'd be working with girls the whole time, right? Girls would be talking about, oh my God, I can't believe Tommy said this to me. Oh, Roy really screwed up last night. He really shit the bed, right? And he'd learn from other guys' mistakes. Because girls like to gossip, girls talk, all right? So he'd be sitting back just thinking, okay, you know what? He did this, I'm not gonna do that, right? So-and-so did this, I'm not gonna do that, right? And you learn and get to understand how girls interact with each other, right? So that's another way that you guys can get better at speaking to girls, right? At the end of the day, you just have to put the reps in. And you guys, get on your grind, okay? Develop a hobby, all right? An interest. Put your 10,000 hours into something so you become an absolute master. That is going to instill unshakable confidence. That, coupled with getting up, being disciplined, and approaching girls and putting those reps in, guys, you are going to be unstoppable. Put in your 10,000 hours at something, develop a skill, and just talk to girls nonstop by putting the reps in. It's going to be like shooting fish in a barrel, right? You guys are going to be able to effortlessly go up and talk to girls. But maybe you need some help knowing what to say, right? So here are some conversational starters and cold approach openers that you can start using today.